Your S&P 500 fund was quietly compounding in the background. What life would you be living? Not the Instagram version, not the fantasy version, but your normal Tuesday. Where would you wake up? Welcome. Alex is the name, stock market is the game. Where would you wake up is what I ask. Would you open the window, smell salt from the ocean, cold mountain air, or fresh coffee in an amazing city full of energy? Because here is something I've noticed in my own life. Whenever I'm clear about what I actually need, everything feels lighter. I don't rush as much. I don't overthink as much. I don't chase things that aren't even mine. I never knew the exact job title that I wanted, and I never had a 5-year master plan written somewhere in a stone. But I have always known something much more important. I always knew where I want to be financially and what kind of environment makes me feel alive. Any clues? I've known what kind of days feel good for my body and for my mind. If you love the beach, choose the beach. If you love the mountains, go ahead. Choose the mountains. It sounds simple, almost childish, but most adults do not do it. Most adults choose what looks impressive instead of what feels aligned. The interesting thing is this: knowing what you need does not make your life smaller. It just makes your life richer. When you know what you need, you stop trying to be everywhere at once. You stop saying yes to every opportunity just because it looks like progress. You get direction, and the direction gives you the peace. That peace changes how you make decisions. It changes how you spend money, and it changes how you invest. And this is where the S&P 500 quietly enters the room. This room. Freedom is not about doing everything. It's about doing what matters to you and to you alone. The sentence alone can save you years of confusions. Most people think financial freedom means unlimited options. In reality, freedom becomes powerful the moment you define what you actually want to do with it. If your version of freedom is slow mornings near the ocean, then your investments are building mornings. Just easy. If your version of freedom is working part-time in the mountains, then your investments are creating space. The S&P 500 is not exciting. It's not glamorous. It does not make dramatic promises. But what it does offer is participation in long-term growth. It offers a quiet compounding. And that quiet compounding works best when it's aligned with a life that you actually want to live. Let me ask you something. And I want you to actually answer this in the comments. What does enough look like for you? Not what social media says is enough, not what your friends think is enough, but what is enough for you. Is it living in one place you love? Is it traveling 3 months a year? Or is it supporting your kids without stress? Or maybe it's just the option to say no. No to whatever you want to say no. I am genuinely curious what people think enough looks like for them. Because if you don't know what enough is, money will always feel just like that's not enough. Because I have met people who earn a lot of money and still feel restless because they are chasing something that is undefined. I've met people who earn less but are deeply content because they have aligned their money with what they actually value. Money amplifies the clarity, okay? If you are clear, it gives you more of what you want. If you are unclear, it just gives you more noise. Sometimes noise is good. For example, noise from the waves. It's about direction. When I know what I need, I don't panic about small detours. I don't obsess over short-term fluctuations. I don't check my investment every day like it's a heartbeat monitor. I just let the time do the work. That's exactly what long-term investing in the S&P 500 requires. Calm and patience, that's all. But having patience is easier when you know why you're being patient for, okay? If you are investing just because someone told you, it feels abstract. If you're investing because you want to design your life around something meaningful to you, then it's very purposeful. Close your eyes tonight, okay? Do this for me. And imagine a normal weekday, 5 or 10 years from now. Not a vacation, not retirement, just a regular day. What time do you wake up? Are you rushed? Are you near the nature? Do you have a margin in your schedule? Or is it just chaos? That image is more powerful than any financial forecast. If you can see that clearly, your decision become much more simple. You stop chasing the random opportunities. You stop building a life that looks impressive but feels heavy. Freedom is not about having every door open. It's about walking through the doors that really, really matter. It's a good door, huh? And investing supports that best when it's boring and consistent. I could get bored here forever, okay? The S&P 500 does not require the prediction. It requires time and discipline. That's all. But the discipline feels different when it's tied to something meaningful, okay? So let me ask you another question, and be honest not only with me but with yourself. Are you building your life around what you genuinely enjoy, or around what looks successful from the outside? There is no judgment in that question. It's just awareness. Please feel free to use the comments. Tell me. Because once you know what you need, everything becomes easier to filter, okay? Opportunities, locations, jobs, investments. You stop chasing everything and start choosing intentionally. That is empowering, not limiting. Ooh la la. Knowing what you need gives you direction, and direction gives you the calm. Calm allows you to invest long term without being panicked. Long term investing, especially in something like the S&P 500, quietly builds optionality. Optionality is very powerful, like this beautiful ocean. It means you are not forced into decisions you don't want. It means you can say no. It means you can pivot without desperation. But optionality doesn't come from the chaos. It comes from the clarity and from the consistency. Consistency is my favorite word. Such a beautiful word. Consistency. It's not tariffs. No. Tariffs is not a nice word. Consistency is a nice word. So I'm not here to tell you what you need. I'm inviting you to explore it. Maybe you need nature. Maybe you need stability. Maybe you need creativity or just simplicity. Whatever it is, you have to define it. Because once you have defined it, your money has the direction. And when money has direction, it stops feeling like a scoreboard and starts feeling like a proper tool. This channel is not about getting rich fast. It's about building a life that feels good on an ordinary Tuesday. That's all. Today is Friday, so I'm almost there. It's about aligning long-term investing with real human desires. So here's what I want you to do after this video. Take a pen, take a piece of paper and write down what you need, not what you think you should want, what you actually need. Because if you don't define enough, you will spend your life chasing more. And more has no finish line. More has no finish line. If you made it this far, I highly appreciate it. And if this episode resonated with you even a tiny bit, share it with someone who might be building a life that looks impressive but feels heavy. Tell me in the comments, seriously, beach or mountains, what do you prefer? Or maybe both, huh? Hawaii is a good option. I want to see what kind of tribe we are building here. If you found value in this channel, stay with us, stay with me. We are building something quieter here, something intentional, something sustainable. We are not chasing the noise, only the noise from the waves, okay, or maybe from the birds singing. We are building a good life. I will see you in the next episode. Life, never forget this, is simple. It's the people that complicate it. Don't complicate it, just like, subscribe, that's it, ciao.